I just wanted to know if you prepared, if you already cooked the popcorn, because I think that this season finally is gonna be better than a movie.
What's up, everybody? It's EuroLeague and Friends time again. We're happy to be and happy to have you back for another episode this week. Today, we'll look at all the things that happened in the past week in round 29, which was absolutely crazy. We'll look ahead again and as well. Obviously, we'll have to, and we'll have some off-court topics for you today as well. We'll look at the All-25 EuroLeague team, the Greek Derby, of course, which was insane. The play-in fight is closer than ever, so I'll say we'll just get this party started. My name is Lisa Ramushkat, talking to you from Munich, Germany, but you already know the deal. I am not by myself. Today with me from Belgrade, Serbia, Alex Radujovic. Girl, what's new in Belgrade?
Hey, what's up, girls? What's new in Belgrade except basketball? We also speak about water polo too, because we have one Serbian club playing in a Champions League of water polo. So yeah, that's also a topic in sports world here.
Nice. No water polo in EuroLeague and Friends today, but thanks for bringing it up anyways. From Milan, Italy, welcome. And I was going to say buenos dias, but that's obviously the wrong language. Julia Shikine. Julia, I saw you brought your dad to work this week. That was cute.
Yes. Ciao and buongiorno. That's the right
Buongiorno.
word.
Oh, of course. Wow.
Girls. Yes, I took my daddy with me, and it was emotional because when I was younger, he was the one taking me to games and to the arenas. And right now we swapped, we exchanged the roles. And it was emotional. It was my way to say thank you, Dad, for making me falling in love with the game. And
Oh, that's so
um,
cute.
I don't know if it's in your country too, but happy Father's Day to all the
Oh,
dads.
that's cute. Not in my country, but that's really cute. Let's shout it out to all the dads for their great work. That's cute. I really like it. And let's complete the round today. Last but not least, from Athens, Greece, the one and only Vasiliki Karamusa, who has been to the Hoop District event from EuroLeague this weekend, right? How did that go?
Yeah, of course. Is there a basketball event in my hometown and I'm not gonna go? Never. I always make time to be around the court to see what's going on, especially if it's EuroLeague is involved in that. A heads up to Julia, we don't celebrate Father's Day today in Greece. It's 16th of June.
So
I
it's
don't know
just
why
your
it's
dad.
different in every country, but we can Google it and see what's the deal. Hope District in Athens was a success, a hit. Like the vibes were perfect, good music, amazing basketball players, some talents that need to be scouted really well. There was a guy that was really dunking about everyone. Like he was unbelievable. But unfortunately, his Team Istanbul didn't win. It was Team Munich, Lisa, who won. Both teams, though, got the ticket to the Barcelona, the final that will happen at the beginning of April. So we'll see who will win at the end. Yeah, but overall, pretty great experience. Yorgos Pridis was there. Some young kids from Peristeri, Vakelis Ugris, and Neoklis Avdalas. Some young bowlers were also there. Many people from EuroLeague, many influencers. So that's good for the publicity of the sport.
I can imagine. Hey, and actually, one of the girls from Team Munich used to be my colleague when I was still working for Bayern Munich. Sarah, she's a true shooter. That was funny to see her out there. I didn't know she participated.
Lisa,
Anyways,
I just have a question
go
to
ahead.
Vasiliki. You said good music, but was it better music than the one that I'm singing?
Definitely not. Girl, we need to get you in a
That's the
halftime
answer
You're the
I
show.
wanted.
you're the only one, Julia.
You're a boxer now. As I told you, we need to get you in a halftime show.
Yes, and EuroLeague, I don't know if you're hearing that.
Oh my God, I can see us. I can see us. We're all gonna comment here for you for sure. And maybe we want to stick to pop stars because I know that everyone's been looking at the All-25 team releases over the past few weeks. true stars of European basketball culture for sure. 5 more players have been added to the list now. We're 20 out of 25 names. Let's just have a look at them. Theo Papaloukas, Juan Carlos Navarro, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Mike Batiste, and we talked about him. We all love him in EuroLeague. Sir Kyle Hines. So, girls, 5 spots remaining. I really know who you're still missing. If your choices are already in there, how you're seeing the list so far.
Oh, in last episode, I said that the name that I'm waiting for is Milos Teodosic, but now he's there. So it's more interesting now that only 5 spots remaining. And now it's like bigger discussion between us girls. But I don't know. I spoke about Stratos Perperoglu. I know that it's not someone that people are going to say at first, but winning 3 EuroLeague titles is not a small thing, and being so long in EuroLeague, playing on that level. Okay, maybe he wasn't a true leader of every team, but he was there, and for me, that's also important. But I was also thinking about countries like Turkey or Israel. They are big part of EuroLeague, but we don't have so many names from those countries. And I
Mhm.
remembered David Blue. I don't know if you remember that name.
That's nice.
Yeah. And I think he spent like 10 seasons in EuroLeague. So that's something
That's
that we cannot
crazy.
I'm not sure if he
forget.
was among the 100 names that were nominated, though. I'm not exactly
I'm
sure.
not sure. I'm not sure too, because I don't have now that list with 100 names, but I just remember like going by countries. And of course, Turkey, like Ibrahim Kutlay. We spoke about him earlier, I think. So yeah, those are the names that are interesting for me, but I'm not sure that people are gonna vote for them. But still, we need to remind them that they are there and they were the big part of EuroLeague and the whole competition and the whole history. But of course, Rudy Fernandez is someone that we are
Mhm.
waiting for. Felipe Reyes, I think Lisa mentioned him before.
Oh my
And
God, so many
yeah.
guys still missing. What about Saras? What about Ginobili? What about
Ginobili.
Shane Larkin,
Yes.
who is still not on that list?
I was waiting for Juan Carlos Navarros to be in the place where he deserves to be. I chose him in my 25 team. I chose him as my captain, and I'll choose him as my forever god every time that I need to pick a player, a
Forever God.
playmaker, a player. Yes, it's true. It's true. I was. I was just inspired. I am inspired by his way of playing, and I think that so many players are inspired by him. Steph Curry is inspired by the way that he shoots, and it's game recognizes game. It's like mathematics. You cannot have your opinion on mathematics. Numbers are numbers. Juan Carlos Navarro is like that. You cannot have opinion. He is the place where he deserves to be. And
You cannot have an opinion.
no,
I will remember that phrase forever, Julia.
you
cannot
cannot
have
have
an
you
opinion.
cannot have a worse, a bad opinion on Juan Carlos Navarro, because in my opinion, and I think for everyone, as I said, he's in a place where he deserves to be. And as you mentioned, Shane Larkin, Manu Ginobili. Ginobili just won 1 EuroLeague, but he's a legend. A legend for a team that he represented, Virtus Bologna. He came in Bologna last year just to see how it was the situation, and every person of Bologna, they were there because Manu Ginobili is an icon. So for me, Manu Ginobili deserves to be in that last 5 spots.
And Vasiliki, do you have the Greek point of view for us?
Of course. But first of all, I want to say an amen for Julia's new god, Juan Carlos Navarro. And we'll get an amen for that, please. And then, yes, my first choice, and I think there's no doubt that he's going to be there, is, as Lisa, you said, Cernos Gisikevicius. I don't think there's a possible scenario that he's not in these 25 names, but
Has to be.
I have some other names too. Some underdogs that may be there, not from a
What you
Greek
got?
perspective. Maybe J.R. Holton and Tryon Langdon.
Oh.
Yeah, they had their
Yeah.
budget presents, with the EuroLeague, so maybe there. But since Alex mentioned multiple EuroLeague titles, I think maybe Kostas Lukas with 4 has good potential to be in this list. And then there are also some other Greek guys, Kostas Papanikolaou and Nick Kalathis, who's the assist leader of the EuroLeague, that also
Wow.
can
This is
get.
like 12 big names already. And so many Greek names, Vasiliki.
Yeah, I know.
That's wild. My God. Well, we'll definitely have an eye on the past five and definitely will discuss them. And if the choices were made right, if you can or cannot have opinion, regardless, next week. But guys, let's stay in Greece, in the Greek world for a second, because I feel like round 29 was heavily dictated by that derby that we saw. Olympiacos faced Pana at home. I mean, the matchup by itself was already huge and crazy and, full of basketball history. It ended this time in a 76-74 in favor of Olympiacos, who also, with this win, secured the first playoff seed. They can't go lower than 6 anymore. Yeah, but it was also the battle of not the two, but two potential MVPs, Kendrick, Nunn, Sasha, Vezenkov. We've been talking so much about them. But I just want to pass the ball to you, Vasiliki. I think you were there. You were the closest. We need to know everything. How was the vibe, the energy? I mean, and the game was packed with,
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to say chaos and like things to talk about, but let's just go ahead.
First of all, it's still Olympiacos' birth month. They're celebrating 100 years, so the crowd was really into the game and the atmosphere. That was really nice, and it's always nice to happen. But the game itself was wild as well. It was too tough, like battling it through everything. It wasn't like pure magic like it was in the first game in Oaxaca that we saw high score. Like the third quarter was 32-30, and it was basket everywhere. This now was very different, was very defensive oriented, very hard battles for both teams. Olympiacos was up by 19, but somehow Panathinaikos found a way to get back into the game and have a potential winning shot that Kostas Lucas take and didn't go in, which was crazy if you take into account that Darren Grad wasn't at all himself. Kendrick Nunn only scored 7 points while he's averaging more than 20 per game, and his first basket was at the end of the third quarter, was a big dunk. But yeah, I think that Olympiacos really lost his momentum and his rhythm when Nigel Williams-Goss got injured.
Third quarter.
Yes, in the third quarter, the half of the third quarter, that really cost him because now Sabin Lee needed to step up. A new guy in the team who has barely played 5 minutes in the first game because Thomas Walkup is still out with his injury, and you can feel it. Like he was a little bit lost, a little bit afraid because of the importance of the game and because he doesn't feel like he's the alpha dog. It's not like the days we used to see him in Maccabi where he was like, I will take the shot. I run this game now. In a team where you have Sasha Vezenkov and Evan Fournier, Kostas Papanikolaou, and everyone else, you can be the top candidate to take the shot or to make the decision. So he was a little bit underwhelmed, I think, but after a few minutes, he found his rhythm and helped Olympiacos as well. And Sasha Vezenkov was Sasha Vezenkov. Like there's not even a surprise anymore. Like this guy gets 20 points without like even you blink and he has 20 points.
Yeah. 18 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists that night from his side.
Yeah, but I think Mustafa Fall was also very, very crucial.
Oh my God, he was
Um,
incredible. What does he
yeah,
have?
blocking everyone inside the paint. He was really good in the previous game in the Greek Cup final. But yeah, his contribution was big again. Panathinaikos tried their best in a game where they weren't like feeling themselves so much. Costas
Mhm.
Lucas did everything he could. Juan Gomez was also very stable, that he has been all this time. But at the end, the shot didn't go in, and Olympiacos prevailed at home.
Yeah, I just rewatched the game this morning because obviously I was working. Bayern had their game at the same time on Friday night. And, I just saw the final, or I just knew the final score until then. I was like, wait, they were leading by like 11 minimum the entire time. And Sasha Vezenkov really said it well in the post-game interview. He was like, yeah, I mean, it's really important that we won, but it's a pity too because we only played well for 35 minutes and then stopped moving the ball. And that really was spot on.
Yeah, but that speaks a lot about Olympiacos right now. I think they're playing the best basketball this season and they are the team, and I spoke about that earlier. We also spoke about differences between Kendrick, Nunn and Sasha Vezenkov playing totally different style of basketball. And for me, this derby showed everything about that, having Sasha Vezenkov.
You're a Vezenkov fan
I'm a
in this
Vezenkov
comparison,
team.
yeah.
Totally. But no, yeah, it really depends on what kind of basketball do you want to watch, But in terms of team basketball, I think Olympiacos is number one, and they're there. They're the only team that secured top 6 spots, and they're the only one that can enjoy these 5 rounds left. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was crazy. And speaking about Saban Lee, Vasiliki, that's the guy who changed clubs 3 times this season, playing for Manisa, going to Maccabi, going back to Manisa, and now playing for Olympiacos. I cannot imagine what he has on his mind right now, playing the Greek derby a few days ago. But still, he is there. He is accountable. He is someone that you can have in your team, and also working with Coach Bartzokas, we know how important it is to find your role as soon as possible. So yeah, it was crazy. And also having Mustafa Fall with 4 blocks. I mean, okay, 10 points is 10 points.
Yeah.
But 4 blocks, that means you have 4 chances in that particular game to completely change the rhythm, to have huge impact on your side, and it's crazy how we all thought that the game was gonna be sold earlier, but yeah, we have like current champions of the EuroLeague there having bounced back completely, and it's crazy. Like, I always enjoy Greek derby, and I think those 2 arenas in Athens are my favorite ones after Belgrade one.
It's better for you people abroad to enjoy these games because you can understand what's the talk before or after. And for this game, the talk after was hugely about the refereeing and some calls late in the game. So you are so lucky that you cannot understand everything that's going on.
My God. But I mean, the McKissick situation, you didn't even have to hear anything to know, to understand the level of rage that was going on there.
I need to emphasize the communication between those 2 coaches after the derby, and the whole impact of social medias in their lives, actually. So welcome to the Gen Z world, guys.
No, Bartzokas doesn't have any social media. So he did his part in the
Yeah.
press conference, and then Coach Ataman took his chance to
To
answer
respond,
the
yeah.
next day. Yeah.
Julia, how did you watch the game? Did it maybe change your perception of the whole MVP debate? I really feel like that behind the head pass from Vezenkov really, undermined one more time the team approach versus the individual approach that Kendrick Nunn kind of goes for.
Oh, actually, yes. I think that I'm changing my mind. I'm sorry, Kendrick. I'm really sorry because I was your lawyer. I was one.
Oh, he'll take that personally.
Don't take that personally. I was the one defending you. I am the one defending you every time, every game, because I really like the way you play. But I think that this derby really showed who deserves that trophy, that MVP trophy, and I think that Sasha really did it in the right way. And I just wanted to make a question to you, Vasiliki, again, because you just spoke about the atmosphere, and I want to know how was the atmosphere when Kostas Lukas missed that shot, because I think that for all the Olympiacos fan, there was just one guy that should miss the winning shot. It should be Kostas Lukas.
I think it was more of a sigh of relief. Like, oh my God, we were up by 19 and we could have lost because of Kostas Lukas and a buzzer beater. I don't think Olympiacos fans would have taken that very well. And I can understand why, of course, because of this whole fuss about his transfer from one club to the other. But these stories are what makes the sport more interesting, like these storylines what could have happened, what if he had made that shot, can he do that later on in another game, or like, I don't know, whatever. It's always interesting.
Definitely is. And I mean, so Kostas Lukas was not able to rescue Panathinaikos that night, but maybe we can move on to someone who could rescue his team, and that's Francisco rescuing or helping out Žalgiris big time. I'm not sure if you guys remember Asta saying, "Yeah, so the season is over now. This was it. We're out. Forget it. It was nice being here." But yeah, maybe that was a little bit too fast. 83-81 was the final result, the final score on the board. In Paris, by the way, away wins, we talked about that a couple of weeks back, are incredibly hard to achieve in EuroLeague. And yeah, let's just have a look at, or let's have you girls have a take at Sylvain Francisco stepping up and, changing this team, this game big time. Just a quick reminder too, 0 points for him on the score in first half.
Yeah, I think that when we speak about Sylvain Francisco this season in Žalgiris, we need to speak about Lonnie Walker too, I mean, Asta said that too, because we were like, okay, Lonnie Walker, we know how much he can bring to the team and how much he can be useful to the team. But obviously, Žalgiris is playing better team basketball without Lonnie Walker. And then we have Sylvain Francisco looking like that on the court. So there's a stat about that. Žalgiris was 6-13 with Lonnie Walker and is 8-2 without him. So yeah, that speaks a lot about Sylvain Francisco, of course, during Lonnie Walker's days in Žalgiris. But I don't know. Žalgiris is a crazy team, especially playing in Kaunas. It's very tough to be there to have that environment around yourself, to speak with your teammates, to have better communication with them on the court. I was there many times, and it was totally different, of course, during the Final Four in Kaunas, but it's completely another thing when Žalgiris is playing there. And it's one of the toughest away games for teams, really. And I think Paris wasn't ready for that. I don't know what do you think, but I think Paris is totally like, we go there, we just play our basketball, and that's it. We enjoy the game, and they were not ready for what comes next from Andrea Trinchieri and his team. And Žalgiris, it's the most important thing for them, is still in the game. So yeah.
Well, but it didn't look like Paris was just, taking it easy on them, right? They were up by 20, and it was just this crazy game. They were up by 20, then Žalgiris was up by 10 again. I didn't even know where to look at anymore.
But I just have the thing to say, I told you at the beginning of the season or about round 20, round 10, have faith. I told to Asta, have faith in Andrea Trinchieri, because, and you know him, Lisa, you know him, the thing he's capable of with the team that really understands the way that he wants them to play. So have faith in Andrea Trinchieri. Everyone in Italy wants him to be an head coach of the national team, obviously, and even to some teams, to some big teams in Italy. So I think that now he has found with the whole team, without some kind of players that we already mentioned, and with the ones that he found his dimension. And we need to take care about this Žalgiris, because I think that the battle to go to the playoff, it's open.
Just to add something about Francisco, I think two episodes ago we spoke about the players who are cold as ice, the coolest one in the EuroLeague. I think we forgot about Sylvain Francisco, if I'm not mistaken.
We definitely did.
We can see that in EuroLeague's video on YouTube channel, how much style do he has in his veins, and that life out of court, and maybe it's something that has connection with the thing that he is showing on the court. So yeah, if you didn't watch that video, go check it out.
Go check that out, and his post-game interview as well. Did you watch that? I loved how he stood there, completely calm, really chill even, and he just goes like, yeah, I'm a confident guy. Taking that last shot, I knew I was gonna make it. Wow, I loved it, yeah.
But also we had TJ Shorts saying that he still thinks he is one of the best playmakers in the EuroLeague. So
yeah. Žalgiris was amazing. And it wasn't only Francisco, of course, who had 15 points in the second half. It was Lorinas Birudis playing amazing defense. It was Dovydas Giedraitis stepping up. Ignas Berzdekis, he had made some good steps these past few games. But still, Zalgiris is in a very tough position for the play-in showdown because they are now at 14, 15 and 13th position. So they still need some more wins to hope for their play-in showdown hopes.
I would like to stick with, the whole fashion thing for a little bit because I feel like, the guys are really bringing their personal selves sometimes to the court as well, and that this is like a whole, like a holistic way of them living their whole basketball lifestyle. And maybe we can get in Julia here a little bit because, you're from the fashion metropolis. How do you see Sylvain Francisco's style? Have you watched the Francisco show, the video?
First thing, hey Alexa, please put on Vogue by Madonna, and then I'm just gonna, speaking about this Francisco thing. I think that the way that you're laughing about that.
I love it.
Think that I think that the way you approach into the arena and the lifestyle that you have really express a lot of the way that you play, not only basketball, but the sport that you were playing, the your discipline. And I really love the thing about Francisco. I love the as Alexa said before, the chill mood that he has, and it is showed in the video that you can find in YouTube, in EuroLeague YouTube, because I think that the way that he really is, then it is expressed in the way that he plays. It's calm mood, it's chill mood, but on the other side, wearing what he wears, being the way that he is. I don't know, kind of the way that you use your clothes, the way that you present to the game is something like expresses the way that you play, and it really represents you. And I don't know, maybe even the fans can recognize in yourself not only in the way you play, but only in the person that you are. And that's a very cool thing because we are not only journalists and they are not only players, they people, and that's the cool
I
thing
like
to
that.
show.
I would love to see more of those videos, to be honest. And I already have a name for that segment of the EuroLeague YouTube channel. It would be Play to Express, not to Impress.
Oh.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And
I
who would
like
you
that.
like to
Very
see? Who would
cool.
you like to see? Tell me a name.
I would love to see more Serbian players in that because they're usually being seen like, just the regular guys and like having their coffees before the games or any other ritual. They're like, daily thing for all Serbian people. But I'm sure that they have their habits, or something that they're going to do before the game that is specific for them. And I would love to see them, like, I don't know, maybe Ognjen Dobric and Dejan Davidovac being two best friends going together to the games. That would be nice.
I'll throw in two more names as well.
Yeah.
One will be Matthias Lusso, who always likes to dress up, even if he's just sitting courtside. And someone from Bayern is Carson Edwards. He really likes fashion, and he has, this very feminine touch sometimes. He sometimes even gets his nails done. He likes to wear like bags, and I love that. That's very, expressive. It's very daring in our world, and so I'm ready for the series. Let's go.
Yeah,
Maybe
me
we would
too.
finally find out what is in Zach Day backpack, So
That could
Not
be
sure
a
if
whole
that's-
episode on its own.
not sure if that's right for the fashion thing, but
That
yeah.
we have a title for that kind of show. It's like what's in my bag.
Yeah,
That
true,
kind
true, of course. We should have one and then just randomly pick every bag. Oh my God, girls.
Okay, it was just a brainstorming, so you can cut this off. So it's good.
Maybe.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Girls, but let's go back to basketball a little bit because a lot has happened. And, we were just talking about Matthias Lusso sitting courtside. We have someone else standing on the sidelines in Berlin. Alba has been, holding on to Israel Gonzalez for a really long time, and they've kept saying, no, it's the right fit. We're still fighting together and all the things. But now they did cut the cord, they did make a change, and now the new man on the sidelines of Berlin is Pedro Calles, someone we in Germany have been known for a very long time. He's been, all across the country for sure. He's originally from Cordoba, Spain. When he first arrived in Germany, he had zero head coach experiences, which I find very interesting. I'm not sure. Do you girls or have you girls ever heard of the club Artland Dragons?
Yes.
Oh, you have? Oh, interesting, because they have been really big in Germany for a very long time. Really small city, very random. That's where he started his career, and it doesn't like they don't exist anymore. He started as a physical and player improvement coach. He moved on to another small club, Rasta Fechta, and then there he kept climbing the ladder, made head coach in May 2018. He was actually head coach of the year in that year in Germany. And yeah, moved on to Hamburg, made his first Euro Cup appearances and so on, and started then as an Alba assistant. What do you girls think? Was it the right move for Alba to make the switch there? I mean, the results are talking for themselves.
Yeah, I think the time will show, but what I love about Alba is how they keep the tradition. I think Israel Gonzalez was the assistant coach of Aito Garcia Reneses before he became a head coach. And now we have Pedro Calles being there working with Israel Gonzalez and now becoming a head coach. So it's obvious that they have a system, they have ideas that they want to keep for them. They have tradition and they're trying to improve in that kind of a in system. So I don't know. It's nice for me. You know that I'm a lover of Alba, so I'm totally for them. And I know the results are not good for them right now, but they're still there fighting to show something different in the EuroLeague. And I wish them all the best during the season.
He's known to be a coach that shows a really important physicality to all the players. And I remember an interview that we did to Procida Spagnolo saying that German basketball is different from the Italian one because they said cheat. They quote, cheat is Italian, quote. They say that German basketball is more like WWE or Greek Roman fighting rather than the Italian one. So
really?
probably, yes, they say that. And maybe Pedro Calles is the right coach for them because he can teach them how to deal with WWE or something like that. What do you think?
We should give them, first of all, a WWE persona now, like a crazy name, the Hulk or the Terminator or whatever. But I mean, talking about physicality, he's been implementing it right away. We saw that in the Baskonia game, 16 offensive rebounds. They did not know what to do with those. 19 turnovers they forced out of them as well. And so he's been coming. He's been showing the WWE style right away. And I feel like this is what Alba really needed, right? What do you think?
I have a question too. What's up with the Spanish coaches? Aito Garcia Reneses, Israel Gonzalez, Pedro Calles. If you're not Spanish, you can work for Alba?
Yeah, no. It's yeah. What's it called? Like you have to come in with a Spanish passport, otherwise you
you're
can't.
rejected. Okay.
It's in the DNA. I'm excited to see where Alba is headed. I mean, 2 wins, the one against Baskonia, and they won in the German league as well. Let's see. It's always important to have competitive teams. That it will make the whole league more interesting, right? And that's what we want at the end of the day. So maybe we can have a look ahead at the next round that will come. Oh my God, girls, I can only, say one more time. I've kept saying this for the past 3 weeks, I think, but I'm so stressed out. It's only 5 more games left, and it's like, I know, blah, blah, blah. Every game matters, but every game matters. And I can't take it anymore.
Hang in there, Lisa. We're coming to the end.
I just wanted to know if you already cooked the popcorn because I think that this season finally is going to be better than a movie. So I really hope that you started to cook popcorns.
I will, definitely.
You have to.
Spanulis and Saras. Alex, what are you looking forward?
I'm looking forward to see both of them coaching their team in their own styles. and I can see their playing styles in their teams also. But having Monaco losing by Maccabi in previous round, and having ties being injured in that game, I think that can be a kind of a problem for Monaco. But still, there are other guys inside the roster that can be very helpful to the team. We have Papayanis, we have Moti Yunus being there, playing very good, and I'm sure that Coach Spanulis is going to find a way to beat Fenerbahce. But Fenerbahce is probably one of the most stable team during the whole season from the beginning. Okay, they lost few games that we didn't expect, but still they're showing up every time. And Marko Guduric playing very good, of course, and having other weapons inside the roster also. It's gonna be very interesting, and totally, it's gonna be the most attractive game of the round.
And you actually met Spanulis a couple of days back, haven't you? We
Yeah,
haven't talked about that yet.
yeah. No, we haven't, but yeah, we had a short chit chat about playing in Dvorana Alexander Nikolic in Pioneer, how we say it. And yeah, he has great memories playing there, not only with Olympiacos, playing in the EuroLeague, but also with the national team of Greece. So it's always nice to see him in Belgrade and, watching around, seeing the stands where he used to play back in the days. And also, I spoke with Rokas Jokubaitis, who was a game changer in that game, about having Vasilis Panoulis playing against him as a coach, actually. And Rokas said it was very weird, actually. I cannot get used to him still, but yeah, he's there, and it's always nice to see him coaching the team on that way. And yeah, it was very interesting, and I think, like, I miss Vasilis Panoulis as a player, to be honest. So I still cannot get used to that. To see him in a suit, speaking with referees so much, and things like those. But it's always, I mean, we're gonna get used to that.
I love that. More games that are going to come up in round 30 are, oh my God, Baskonia against Bayern. This will be so crucial for
Yep.
the Bayern Munich guys. Yeah, interesting, things coming up there. Lasso, obviously, their former coach, now on the other side. They're strong at home too, and Bayern really needs another win. Maybe just one quick sentence about that game that they lost against Efes at home. That was, I really feel Efes had a really good day that day. I really feel like the way they played was the vision that the GMs had for their team when they, put it all together. But then showing their strength, coming back the way they did and make Efes struggle like that really shows that Bayern can do big things. And just imagine having Devin Booker back at some point, like in those past last 5 games. That'd be really cool. But let's see. I will suffer again for sure watching
Yes,
that
you
one.
will.
Oh, thank you for making me feel better. You will suffer.
Yeah, the
I
best
will.
thing is that you
I
finally
will.
have Vladimir Lucic back, and you have stressed enough how important he is for the
He
team.
is.
And now he's really important for my fantasy team because I have him ever since he's back, and he's doing a phenomenal job. So keep it up.
He will keep it up, hopefully. Who else? Barca against Žalgiris. Oh, we just said so important for Žalgiris to now not
Yeah.
lose momentum. What's your tip here?
That's a do or die game for both teams. For both teams, like literally. Like Barcelona took a pretty big win over Partizan thanks to Kevin Panther and his magic now that he is back with the team. But they're still lacking a few players, like Jan Vesely is still out, and that's crucial. So maybe that's something that Zalgiris can try to exploit. But especially for Zalgiris, this is a must-win game.
Mm-hmm. Partizan Efes, Alex, is the next one over there in Belgrade. I can only,
Yeah.
say one more time, Shane Larkin was insane.
Yeah.
You
Speaking
can
of
look forward to at least a great show for sure.
having him in a good shape for FS, I think it's it's a situation that everyone wants to see in that team. So I was afraid seeing FS playing like that against Bayern Munich, to be honest, and Partizan losing from Barca. So it's a tough situation for black and whites, but I think they can finally work with the whole roster. And Carlik Jones is playing very good also. And I'm not sure that they are going to recover from that loss against Barcelona, but I'm sure that I expect close game. I expect close game, and it's also now every game is do or die. So for both teams. So it's also something that we need to say. We didn't mention FS so many times, playing or fighting for Final Four playoffs. So they're there with changing the coach during the season.
Yeah.
So it's very important for them to show how much they can play, how big they can play in this game particularly. So it's gonna be very tough for both teams, but I think more tough for Partizan. So yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. I'm not so brave to predict anything in these 5 rounds, to be honest.
And then the last one we should look at is a clash basically between Alex and Vasiliki. We have Olympiacos facing Zvezda. What to expect here?
I think Olympiacos is a clear favorite, mainly because Zvezda won't have any bigs. Joel Bolomboy is injured again, which really sucks because that's the worst thing that can happen to any athlete. And it's the second time that happens to Joel this year. So it gets really frustrating up to this point for a player. Filip Petrusev can play because of his loan agreement from one club to the other. And if I'm not mistaken, Alex Mitrovic is also out still. with
Yeah,
injury.
Mitrovic is also out. So basically, no classic center for Zvezda in this game.
So,
Yep, it's
that's a
obvious.
lot.
And having
really a
Mustafa
lot.
Fall, yeah, it's on the other side we have Mustafa Fall and Nikola Milutinov, both playing very good. So yeah, I think it's obvious who is the favorite, but yeah, I'm still cheering.
Yeah, you never know. Like sometimes teams really unite when they're struggling the most. So
Well
and
said.
Zvezda really, really needs this win, so they will fight with their lives to get it for sure.
Yeah. But girls, at the beginning of the season, I think in first 2 or 3 episodes, we were very brave to predict the final 4 teams. Are we brave enough to try to predict them now?
I think I will stick
Oh,
with my decision
Really?
for now. I don't know.
I remember that I used to take for myself just a surprise, and my surprise was Bayern Munich. Maybe I'll keep mine. I'll
oh,
keep mine
thank you.
too.
I said the both teams from Athens. I said Fener and I said Paris, and I would change Paris, I think, for Monaco now.
Oh yeah, I said Monaco. That's what I remember, and I remember that I said Zvezda. I mean, they're still there, but But
It's the
speaking
hope
about
that dies last.
no, but I'm sticking to Monaco totally. I know that people are criticizing a lot how they play and the style they're playing, but I'm still for them. And I remember that we spoke about that here at Sport Club a few days ago. The last person who won the EuroLeague title as a player and coach was Svetislav Pešić. Um, yeah, with Bosna and Barcelona actually later on in 2003. But in this season, we have Vasilis Panoulis, so why not?
Answer Maziskevich's.
Yeah,
He
but
can still do that.
yeah. So it would be interesting to see him at least fighting for the title as a coach, to be honest. I just want to see like how he is going to look like being a head coach playing the final game of the EuroLeague at the end of the season. So I would love to see that. And I think if we would have a Netflix story about one player and coach, that would be Vasilis Panoulis. Yep.
Let's see if that will happen. We'll have the fashion show and then the Vasilis Panoulis show.
Yeah.
I
I
love
want
that.
to Drive to Survive, but in a EuroLeague edition. Like everybody
Yeah,
coming in and
we
saying
should
what
have.
they're thinking
Let's
and what
push
is
it.
happening. This will be the greatest reality ever created in the history of realities. I'm telling you.
We'll send an email right now.
Perfect.
Okay, girls. So let's wrap this up so we can actually send this email without any, without being any late here. Yeah, thank you so much for being part of this episode. It was really, really fun. All the fans out there watching and listening, make sure to tune in to the rivalry series game in this round 30. We already mentioned it. It's AS Monaco against Fenerbahce Beko, and we already mentioned as well how important this is for the standings. You can watch this game and all the other games on EuroLeague TV. Also, make sure to not only reach out to us, we want to get in touch, comment here on YouTube, or subscribe, like, and follow the podcast on all audio platforms, as well as us and the EuroLeague on all social media platforms. We can't wait to see you in the upcoming weeks here on the show. We'll see you next week to talk about it all. Until then, take care and bye-bye.
Bye.
Ciao.